Hey, what's up you guys? It's Hannah. Welcome back. Today I have an iced coffee with me, which means I'm probably going to be talking about something important. I don't always have something important to say, but when I do, I'm usually drinking coffee while I'm saying it. So that should be an indicator of where this video is gonna go. So basically, this video I wasn't even really planning to do, but last night I had this epiphany that I wanted to share with you guys. If the lighting is weird, it's because I'm filming in front of my window and it's cloudy outside, so the sun keeps like passing like behind the clouds. Last night I had this epiphany and I felt like it was something I wanted to talk about with you guys and just share like my thoughts. And I don't know, like I feel like this is a really important concept. I feel like it's so obvious, but so many people don't. It's like obvious, but it's not obvious. I don't know, you'll get it when I explain it. For like a little backstory, I was just really not in a good mood. Like all of yesterday, basically, I was just in this funk and I was not happy at all. And I just felt like so like woe is me, like life right now sucks, everything sucks, like why, you know, why is this happening? Like I just felt so down and everything I was thinking about was just bringing me down even further. And it was just like a big, like, I was on the phone with my boyfriend and all of a sudden I thought to myself, like, what if? And I mean, this is definitely not a new concept. I'm just kind of talking about it because I think it's important. I remembered in that moment, maybe if I decide to, because I was in a shit mood, I was really feeling negative. I was like, well, maybe if I decide to switch my mood and start looking at everything in a different way, then maybe it won't seem so bad. So literally, as soon as I started thinking that, I felt this sense of control almost. The basis of my realization was that you are, and by you I mean like us as people, we all are in control of our lives. We have complete control of the way that we think about things and the way we react to things and the way that we interpret things. We have control because it's literally our brains are telling us think of it this way and react to it this way. Like our own brains, like us, like we are processing every thought and deciding every second of every day how to respond to it. That's the first part. The second part is that our thoughts directly affect our reality around us. Let me say that one more time. What we think in our heads directly affects and kind of correlates with what happens around us. Like, think about it logically. If you have a negative mindset about, just a negative mindset in general, then everything that happens to you while you have a negative mindset, you're gonna view negatively because you're already in that mindset. So it's like, something could happen to you and you would automatically just be like, oh, another bad thing that's happening right now, you know, just add it to the list of the reasons you're already feeling negative. If you have a positive mindset and you're like in a better mood, I guess, or like just feeling more positive or thinking positively, then the same thing that just brought you down further when you were in a negative mindset, like if that were to happen to you while you were in a positive mindset, it probably wouldn't affect you as much or at all, because when you're feeling positive and when you're thinking positively, you automatically start looking at the silver linings of things instead of looking at why. It's a glass half full type of thing when you're in a positive mindset, but when you're in a negative mindset, the same thing is a glass half empty. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? And I feel like this makes tons of sense because when I'm in a negative mood, just in a bad mood, everything that happens to me, it pisses me off even more. If I'm in a positive mood, I can just brush it off because it's like whatever. I don't even know how to make videos without saying like at least 80,000 times. This obviously is not a new concept. I feel like this is a thing. What is it called? There's a freaking law for this. I know there is. It's called the law of attraction. The law of attraction is the belief that by focusing on positive or negative thoughts, a person brings positive or negative experiences into their life. So then after I started thinking of all this and realizing that your thoughts control your reality, I started thinking about the fact that every person is capable of deciding if something that happens to them is good or bad. I mean, obviously, I don't want to sit here and say that so, like, generally and plainly, because I know that there are things, like certain things that are just downright terrible and awful. But at the same time, life, the way I look at it, life is 10% the cards you're dealt and 90% how you play them. Even if you're experiencing one of the worst things that could happen to a person, if you don't find a way to pick yourself back up and bounce back, then it's going to destroy you, and there's no way that you can even live your life. Let me see what I said to him last night, because I was explaining it so well. Basically, what I was saying is that every single person chooses every single day how they look at things and how they interpret life and how they react to things. And I said to him, there are some exceptions for downright awful, terrible things, which is true, that happen to you and you just have no way to control them. But then I said this, I'm just gonna read it word for word because I think this makes sense. But even then, it's a mind game you have to play with yourself to bounce back, or you'll stay down forever. The thing that I got from this epiphany that I had last night is that we control our lives. Like, our minds, everything is in our head. Life is in your head. Everything that, it's so crazy. Like, your brain literally controls how you view the world. The brain is a crazy concept. You know what? Prepare to be mind blown, but I always say this. Like, what blows my mind is, especially about the brain, many things, but especially, is that your brain named itself. Think about that. The point of this video that had a lot of rambling, I feel like, is that things are gonna happen to you that you can't control, but the thing that you can control is how you respond to what happens to you and how you react to what happens to you. It is so hard. And I think that's why a lot of people kind of forget about this concept, and that's why I'm talking about it, because I think that it's something that people need to be reminded of. We choose how we categorize something that happens to us. We choose if it's good or bad. We choose. We literally tell ourselves this is good, this is bad. So when you think a lot of bad things are happening to you, with exceptions, there are exceptions, chances are bad things are happening to you because you're telling yourself that the things that are happening to you are bad. If you can somehow, this is difficult, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's so easy, like, it's way easier said than done, but if you can find a way to try and control your own thoughts and control your outlook, you are going to see so many changes in your life. I swear you are going to start feeling more in control, if that makes sense at all, which I don't know if it does. But that is my TED Talk for the day. You guys, literally just think about it. Take a second, take a minute, whatever, think about it, process it. And your brain is a freaking scary thing, because why do you think mental illnesses are so freaking terrifying? Because you're battling your own brain. Like, you're literally battling yourself. Life is controlled here. Wow, I can make a whole video about that, but all of that is what I want to talk about. Law of attraction, you guys. I had an epiphany, and just take a second and think about it. That's it for this video. Again, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And if you want to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!